Yo, what's up? What's up? Um, hmm. What's good, everybody? It's your man Rico, the opinionist, coming to you tonight on this, I guess almost the end of Labor Day holiday. And yes, I'm guilty. I kind of, well, actually did no labor on yesterday and today. And so much so, damn, I forgot I had a client today. Dang it, and I apologize to my client for missing the 11 o'clock appointment I had. You know, Labor Day, we all kind of let that labor go. But one thing I noticed, um, well, maybe around here, did y'all see a lot of people barbecuing? I didn't see. My folks didn't do it at home in Memphis, and I didn't see anybody here where I live around here barbecuing. I'll tell you, people are just kind of like, all these little holidays. Folks trying to, either be off, man, or get that bread, go to work. So I work on people like, Labor Day is just another day. Then President's Day, people are like, they don't care about these damn holidays anymore. They're just like regular days. But anyway, it's your man Rico. Thank you so much, y'all, for subscribing and following me on Facebook. I'm trying to see if I need to change this page because I got a whole lot of warnings on this page. And I don't think this particular Facebook page pushes me through the algorithms. Because I'm saying some fire stuff on here. And you get those, this comment has been deemed inappropriate or offensive. They'll slow your algorithm up. On Facebook. And I'm like, dang, 'cause I've had this Facebook page for a while. I'm sincerely thinking about scrapping this Facebook page and coming back with a whole new one so I can at least give myself a new fighting chance with the algorithms, because I don't think Facebook pushes my stuff, to everybody like it should. But anyway, I guess if there's something people want to see, they'll share it about 1,100 times like I do other stuff, especially the fight videos. They'll share it like that. It'd be nice to get my videos shared like the fight videos or the baby mama drama videos. That'd be awesome. I got to, I guess, come up with the right topics that y'all deem worth sharing. And also thank you so much to those of you who are coming on over to my YouTube channel. I'm this close to getting the subscribers that are required to go to be able to monetize, but I still need about 1,500 more hours from you of listening, or watch hours. That's what it's called, watch hours on my YouTube channel. But in the meantime, continue to like, share, and subscribe. So I'll get right to it. I know I had all day to do some of these videos, but sometimes it's like, I guess I'm not going to be a successful YouTuber or a successful Facebook person if I don't do this every day, at least 5 times a day. Because your more successful folks on social media, they post all day. And my mind doesn't work like that. I have to have something to say. And I don't really chase stories. It's things that I think. And for those of you who've ever wondered, how do I work? Yeah, I talk about things in the media, things I think that are important. I guess important to me, and I think that may be important to you. And I have to admit, I don't post enough. But when I post, I really put my heart, soul, and everything into it. And I don't use a lot of fancy gadgets. And I'm gonna learn how to do that. How people on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna learn how to put a video up and then reaction. I don't do reaction videos. I don't do reactions because I am an opinionist. I have opinions about things that's going on in society. And I guess you can give your take when you do reaction videos. And reaction videos are helpful because they give you a chance to show people what you're talking about. But for the most part, I go to the topic that I know is trending, and a lot of us have already seen these videos. So I just kind of give my take on it. Whatever, be it local, be it international, whatever's going on. And because that's why I am Rico the opinionist. And but anyway, y'all, today the annual September 1st is the annual, I think it's the second or third annual 901 day in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. And so far, I guess we'll have to see tomorrow. But I've seen a couple of videos and a couple of pictures and promos for the 9 on 1 day. And I saw a video where at least 10,000 people showed up. Good. According to early reports, there was no drama. Good, because it's not required. But then I saw this video that came out, I guess, towards the end, because it ended at 7 o'clock earlier today, this September 1st. And so, of course, all those, everybody was on Beale Street. And somebody posted up a video of at least 4 young men both of them were getting into a 2-on-2 or 1-on-1 scrapping, a little scrap-a-thon fighting. But it wasn't anything major. They just kind of, and they fought like girls. These little dudes, they don't have any skills. They putting their head down. You know how girls you do in high school put their head down? So that's how they were fighting. They weren't really just putting no real blows and peanuts on each other. They were just And so, well, we don't have no dads to teach you how to be disciplined, and you're not getting into sports that teach you how to use these hands. Now, look, don't get me started. I'm not junior George Foreman or the cousin of Mike Tyson at all. I don't do that fighting stuff because that stuff hurts. That's why I avoided the hell out of it when I was in school and even in junior high school, and in college. I saw people fight, and I thought, ooh, that uppercut looked like it stung. That stump those multiple stumps to the body look like they hurt. So I worked my ass out to avoid that kind of stuff. And so, but when I see people, today, and those guys were like, no, they were throwing hands. These little dudes today, they can't hardly fight for putting their very tight, sagging pants up, and they trying to fight. How you putting your pants up and still tight? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It is cartoonish. Well, that's all I saw, and I'm not here to report anything that's negative. But I want to say this about that 9 on 1 day Memphis, and also the effort to try to quelch the nonsense that's been going on in our youth. In my hometown, not just my hometown, anywhere is a large majority black city, black sections, because Dallas isn't a large majority black city. Dallas has the Dallas-Fort Worth has about maybe 23 to 25% of the black population. The rest is everybody else. But there are black sections of Dallas that's heavily concentrated by blacks, be it Oak Cliff, South Dallas. There's a lot of black folks in Pleasant Grove. And then you got the suburban blacks in Lancaster, DeSoto, Cedar Hill. And Fort Worth got sections of Fort Worth that's hood as crap. Where the drama goes. Just like any city, there's that low income and full of the image of rap music and all the negative rap music, not hip hop but rap. And so in the last 15 years or so, I know I left in 2007. It wasn't bad like this, and I realized over the years I kept up, and my hometown, just like all major cities that's got a heavy concentration of blacks in certain areas, or the city if it's majority black, in the last 15 years, they've really been pushing the hood and thug and thought rap music. Y'all see my t-shirt? I have had this shirt probably a long time, close to years. And it says, stop saying nigger and nigga, stupid. You can't see the bottom part, stupid. And I've worn this shirt to a few events and stuff, and people are like, what you mean? One guy said, well, what we is then? I said, who said that? I was at an MLK parade in South Dallas before COVID, which had to be 2018 or 19. So I've had this shirt quite a bit, and I wore it down there, and there's just a sea of black folks. It's black folks, and I love it. And also a sea of the hood, and man, it is what it is. And as I was wearing this shirt, stop saying nigger and nigga, stupid. It was some black dudes. It's like they were offended. Some black folks were reading and like, yeah, you right, man. You need to stop that. You right. You right, man. You right. Then there was a few little they call, as they say in the old school, no accounts, and good for nothing. So-and-sos. And so, And so he said, well, what's that supposed to mean, man? I mean, just really mad at me for telling people to stop saying nigger and nigga. He was really upset. And started kind of, and a couple of folks just kind of started making, mockery of it. Yeah, nigga, what's up? Nigga, like it's fun. I said, something wrong with black folks. Not all, but there's a segment of us that's kind of cuckoo. And then as I walked around with the shirt there and passed out my newsletter, I always pass out a newsletter at the MLK parade. That's where heavy concentration of us is at. So I went around there and I made it over across the street. And then some young man yelled out from behind some people, well, what is we then? And I don't know why that pissed me off. But I stopped and I turned around. I said, who said that? And I meant it. Who said that? And he came from behind the crowd of these folks. I said it, man. I said, come here. What do you mean, what is we then? No, we are, we're children of God. We're people of African descent. We're not a racial slur that was thrown upon us by people who hate us because of our phenotypes and our melanin. And we're actually touched by God's hands himself. We're not that. They gave us that name. And please, y'all, spare me, all you nigga experts. No, it comes from, niggas, N-E-G. Shut the fuck up. We're not doing all that. Y'all, that gets on my nerves. That's not what people are talking about. It's not the N-A, it's not the N-I-G-G-A. That's never ignorant. Getting goes accomplished. It's so stupid, it's annoying. And then it's how you say it with the hard R. So first of all, it's not no nigga. I said, and I had to explain to this brother who tried to have that little argument. I said, well, African people, when our people were brought over here, they weren't taken to the north. They were taken to all the southern states. Jamestown, Virginia, just walk out and on down past them, even further down to Mason-Dixon. And so in the South, we have these elongated pronunciation of words and our tones and our speech patterns a little slower. And so when they weren't yelling in Louisiana and Mississippi and Tennessee and Alabama, they wasn't yelling, die nigger, when they're hanging black folks. Damn, excuse me. I'm not editing none of this out. They wasn't yelling in Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and in Kentucky and all of that. They wasn't yelling, and they were hanging and captured and enslaved Africans or runaway Africans or disobedient Africans. They weren't yelling, die nigger. No, they were saying, die nigger. Nigger. Who's that nigger over there? Did I tell you, nigger, you can't sit over here? Nigger, you don't belong in here. They weren't saying, nigger, you can't sit there. Nigger. They weren't saying that. So y'all stop it. Y'all too intelligent for this nonsense. But so many of our young people have bought into it. And so I know, 901 Memphis, it's just, it's like, I'm glad it went off with like just a minor hitch. But I saw on Fox News on social media, they were interviewing some folks to get their opinions about how it went, and some young lady was on there saying, yeah, we came together, we trying to do this, we coming together here, we trying to change the narrative about, and which I applaud all of that. And then they had, Mr. North Memphis, Project Petal. He was on there. He said, I go to the prisons. I go to jails and the prison. We trying to change things. We trying to get people to change their mind, do blah, blah, blah. They had Kia Shine. If you're from Memphis, you'll know who I'm talking about. Kia Shine. Stunner. I wear my stun glasses at night. Stunner. Y'all remember Kia Shine said, we trying to push, more positive people. We trying to do this. And I get it. And all that's commendable. It is. However, Project Pat, Kia Shine wasn't really on that. 3-6 Mafia, all y'all know all the rappers there. Scarface, let's see, not Scarface, Al Capone, maybe him, and going on a lyrical drive by. But what's my man name? What's his name? Damn, nobody needs nobody. Nobody needs nobody. Is it headbanging? Yo, it's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. He out of South Memphis. what's the little, he gone on that, always gone on that bay. I love the hay. I love, no, he always on that bay. I mean, always on that cocaine. Y'all know, I can't think of his name for Jack. But him, that little dude. A lot of Memphis hood stars and rap, and some of them gone to national, international fame. Of course, A-Ball, MJG, and all of those, and all of 3-6. But my question is, now all of those guys are 50, pushing 50, a little over 50. And I want to say the Project Pack, Kia Shine, 3-6 Mafia, especially Juicy J, and Paul, DJ Paul, and all, and Lil Chat was on there. Yeah, we know it's Memphis, man. Nothing but Memphis. We ain't no original than Memphis. Memphis is a unique place. That's why, I'm a Memphis native anywhere I go. And so, I've been hosted graciously for the past 18 years by the great Metroplex of Dallas-Fort Worth. However, I'm still homegrown, but my hometown, my seeds are planted, my roots are grown there in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. My first concern and only concern is my hometown always. And so that's why I keep up as much as I can what's going on. And so I want to say, at least pose a question to Project Pad and all of his name gonna come to me. Damn, what is his name? Don't make me look. Y'all gonna make me look him up. Ooh, on my laptop. Hold on a second. Let me look him up. Hold on, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's gonna come. But y'all ain't telling me who it is. What is it? Nobody needs nobody. What's his name? Damn, wrong one. Hold on. Nobody. Damn, what is his name? Nobody needs nobody. Hold on, y'all. Just bear with me, all right? Just bear with me. I just want to do this real quick. Let's see. Nobody. What's his name? What's that cat's name? Dang it. Let me see. I know about Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, and all of them, and all the rest of them. But this one, particular, my damn laptop, slow as shit. I'll come up with it in a second. Y'all will let me know. Y'all put it in the chat what his name is, cause he's on YouTube. Be tripping. Let me see. Hold on. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs nobody. Listen. All right, I'm getting it. It's coming up. I swear. Hold on a second, yo. There it is. Player Fly. Yeah, I told you, Player Fly. I know it. I know my hometown, folks. Player Fly. All of them. My question to all these our homegrown rappers in Memphis who played a big part who planted the seeds, who played a big part into what we see today, what we've been seeing for the past 10 to 12 or maybe 13 years in the city of Memphis. With the young people acting out of control and a lot of the gang stuff and the violence and the saying F you to school and all of this, and the increase in drug use and all these pistols everywhere. I want to ask these now middle-aged rappers who rapped about those very things and had hit records across the city. Are y'all, even and you're working with 901 Day Memphis and doing other things to these rappers who are now 50 years old. And I think it's great that they're trying to give back. But for me, I want to ask all these rappers who's made a good living off of the music and the images and the lyrics of their rap songs, that pretty much served as the theme music to a lot of the crimes and the violence and drug usage and drug dealing in the hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Are y'all ever gonna get together as a group or individually make YouTube or TikTok videos or whatever and apologize for your part and your contribution to the extreme ratchetness and the low self-esteem and the criminality and the hurting of each other, black males hurting black males, black females hurting black females, the ratchet and thug and quote nigger behavior that you contributed through your music, your raps, your images, and your lyrics and your messages? Are you ever going to apologize for your contribution, Project Pat, Player Fly, La Chat, Juicy J, DJ Paul, A-Ball MJG? But MJ, yeah, y'all gonna, because MJG had lyrics that said, when they with the pimping, that never caused any drama because we was all, listen to the lyrics of a pimp, but they had songs, that said, a lyric, one of them that said, push your head into the wall till you hear that cracking sound. And we know about Project Pat, Gorilla on the Whole, and other things. And they're classics. But after y'all bred these other little rappers, be it the Yo Gottis and the Dolphs and the Moneybag Yo's and the Glorrillas, and you had a new generation of folks who even went worse than y'all. And I hope that they one day will apologize for what they've contributed to the hoe, the prostitute, the whore, the thug, the ratchet, the criminality, the drug use, the drug pushing, pistol play, switches, this new generation of rappers. I wonder if they're ever, along with the old heads who are now 50, are y'all going to apologize to the black race in Memphis for contributing to the destruction of your own people because you want to make $1? That's all. So please share this question with those men and women and those who continue to push negative images and negative lyrics onto the impressionable youth in Memphis, Tennessee. And I can say the same thing about Dallas, but no, Dallas, they'll take care of their own. And Fort Worth, they'll take care of their own. They'll realize that they got to hold that rappers are also responsible for what's going on right now. Kids they're saying like forget school, that they don't know how to get along one another. They listen to these lyrics and they tend to live them out. Then also, not just the rappers, but also there's radio stations in Memphis. So are those 10,000 people, the mayor of the city councilman, county commissioner, are y'all going to get together? First of all, the mayor of the city needs to apologize because he gives keys to the city to rappers who push that kind of message. The county commissioner, who's that? Let me see. Paul Young, you have to apologize too because you got it bad pushing nigger and thug and rap and I mean in the rap music. You pushed this. You gave a key to the city to a young woman who talks about bitches, hoes, her coochie, selling coochie and everything sexual to to these young impressionable girls. You gave her a key to the city. You and JB Smiley. Are y'all going to apologize as elected city leaders for your part in the nonsense that's going on in Memphis with our youth? And not just the rappers, city officials. Markel Lowry. You gave the key to a city to a biracial rapper in Canada who says nigger for breakfast. They call him Drake. Markel Lowry is now trying to run for Shelby County mayor. But that was a very irresponsible behavior on his part as the as a county commissioner. Then y'all gave A-Ball and MJG a street. See, Kia Shine said we should be uplifting the more positive people. But the mayor of the city councilman, and county commissioners, they're not pushing the positive. They're pushing people who push nigger, who push pimping, hoes, thugs, stripping, homosexuality, bisexuality. That's what Glorilla talks about all day long. But y'all put these people in front of our youth. And to those teachers who allowed NLE Chopper to want to go and read to elementary school children, have reading hour with them, are y'all going to come out and apologize to those children for having that miscreant in your damn school? It reminds me of the movie Sinners. You can't let the devil in. But black politicians in Memphis, they love dancing with those devils who mean black children no good. Now, number 2, iHeartRadio, K97. You're going to get them at K97. What's the white boy who was there for years that y'all love? Little white boy? Oh, damn. He came from Satan's radio broadcasting system. It's called Flynn Broadcasting. Owned by them white boys over there. Dr. Flynn and Shay Flynn and all them. Them white boys, they've been pushing out that toilet music to the youth for 20 years now. Yeah. Everybody owes black children and black teenagers an apology. Now, these are supposed to be grown and intelligent people, but they put this music out here that they know destroys the psychology of our young people. And then they're wondering, why can't we do anything about this crime? Why can't we do this? When they're listening to this music and these images, they're listening to you pump nigger all day long. And then you want to have a festival that has niggers on the stage. These little rappers in Memphis, they ain't talking about Jack. Yeah, I know I'm going to be called a hater all over the place. I don't give a damn if you do say that, because I care about children. If you cared about children, you wouldn't feed them poison. And then you wouldn't act surprised why they're acting the way they act. And a lot of these people got college degrees. They know something about the field of psychology. If they took one class, they'll know how outside stimuli impacts or affects the psychological functioning of human beings. So yeah, Project Pat and all y'all gonna apologize. Do a press conference. And make sure you have the mayor up there. Make sure you have County Commissioner Laurie, J.B. Smiley, City Councilman. Make sure y'all have them up there with y'all. And y'all all issue an apology to the black race in Memphis, and especially to the black youth, and tell them y'all were wrong for what y'all were doing. And you take responsibility for your part in the way black children act today. That's it. Just be men. Now, and continue the good work you're doing. I guess that's the kind of work you're trying to, get your salvation back and try to become in favor for the Lord, or whatever it is. But I think an apology needs to be shared by those people. Now, what's my next topic? I just want to share that. Shout out to 901 Day in Memphis. Did y'all know that Snoop Dogg allegedly apologized? First, the story's out that he apologized to the LGBT. Then it says he didn't apologize to the LGBT. I don't know. But, I wouldn't be shocked if he did. I told y'all in my last video, these black celebrities, you can't trust them. Their paymasters they're paymasters. The people who pay these Negro entertainers, these Negro rappers, these Negro R&B singers, these Negro actors and actresses, most of the people who pay their checks are members of the LGBT. So they really have to walk a tight rope and really toe the line. They talk all that tough shit to us, but y'all saying it. They say anything that appears to offend these two groups, Jews and white Jews and white homosexuals. They turn into who they turn into. Like a Sambo on the plantation. I'm so sorry, master. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I know I was running my mouth too much there, master. And I just didn't mean it. Please don't take my pot of gold. Please don't take my 2 pieces of silver, master. Please don't take it. They're bought and sold. Your athletes, they're not gonna say anything. They understand. They know who builds them. They know who gives them their contracts. So they're not going to disrespect them, but they love disrespecting black folks all day long. Snoop Dogg been disrespecting black folks for 40 years now. Nigga this, gang this, and he still say repping a gang at 57 years old and smoking, get high every day. But people upset because he upset the LGBT. I canceled Snoop long time ago, right out the gin and juice. I'd had enough of his niggerdom. And I never, he ain't been nothing since the Chronic. What is that? His little, what was he, dog pound or whatever? He's been trash ever since. But he's a corporate employee. Anytime you laying up against Martha, what's her name? Martha Stewart, you're a corporate employee. But he still tried to, walk around, do his little crip walk. No, man, get out of here with that nonsense. And it's cool. I don't expect black athletes to be, because they don't make Muhammad Ali anymore. Those kind of black athletes are gone. There's the last era. Now you got a bunch of big, strong, soft in the inside, women's clothes wearing, bussy. Let me just stop. Move on. So, my final thing here is Travis Kelce. Y'all know who that is, right? The football player. Who did he play for? 49ers? Let y'all know I'm not all abreast of sports like that. But shout out to Shiloh and Shador. They're hating on Shiloh. But keep in the words of Eddie Kendricks, I'm going to try to do it in that high tenor. Keep on trucking, baby. You got to keep on trucking. Yeah, that's my Eddie Kendricks to my man Shiloh. And Shador, y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. These two brothers are phenoms, and they know it, and they working their ass off to try to shut it down, but they're phenoms. They just have the it factor, and they hate. Oh my God, hating on them so bad. But Travis Kelce, he proposed to and is engaged to America's white woman. That is Taylor Swift. And there's a segment of black women who are really upset about it. They really going in on them on TikTok and Instagram. They really upset. They feel betrayed by Travis Kelce. They don't understand. And I said, what's wrong with black chicks? And I think a lot of this is going on even with the behavior of black youth across the country and with grown black folks and even black women. Not all, but too many. Did I tell y'all that we stopped reading our books in 1999 when Prince had the song 2000 party over, oops, out of time. So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999. Boop. 1999, they thought something was gonna happen. The world's gonna end in 2000, and nothing happened. But what ended was the intellect of African Americans. We stopped reading the books of our scholars, of our African-centered scholars. Like Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben Yakahanan, Dr. Naeem Akbar, Dr. Amos Wilson, and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Neely Fuller, brothers by the name of Dale Jones, and so many scholars. And if y'all like a copy of my black book list, I have it. If you don't know, what do you mean by African-centered scholars? We stopped reading. And our scholars got to be 75 and 80 years old, and they kind of went on out. So we don't really have any intellectuals like we did in the 50s, 60s, and 70s who kept these folks on their toes. But they work hard to make y'all get into multiculturalism, intersectionality, and all that nonsense that diverted you away from African-centered scholarship. And so that's how we act. We act so surprised about stuff. We don't know what's going on. And only, I guess, semblance of scholarship that has been made mainstream, or African-centered scholarship, that is Dr. Umar Johnson. And he has self-sabotaged so badly that he's made himself into a cartoon. And I'm just so disappointed because he was really one of our last hopes of really spreading the African-centeredness and the African-centered conscious gospel. But he's the Prince of Pan-African, big pop. And he's made himself into a cartoon. And it's so unfortunate because we really could use him right now because a lot of black folks really don't read. All they do is spew a lot of nonsense that come from Democratic politicians. And they don't give two shits and a fart about the black race. They're just trying to keep their positions. I'll talk to y'all later about what y'all call gerrymandering here in Texas. I'll do another video on there if y'all want to hear me talk about that. Because y'all live here. I'll tell y'all what's going on. And how I don't have a problem with it at all. But and I'll tell you why, but that's a whole nother video if y'all want to hear my thoughts on that. We stop reading. So we don't understand, Brother Neely Fuller, rest in power. He defined racism and white supremacy. If you don't understand its agenda, its purpose, everything you see would only confuse you. So, Minister Farrakhan, Malcolm X, all of our greats. Kwame Ture and others. Elijah Muhammad said about 75 years ago, something like that the white man is the devil. Based on his history and his relationship with non-white people and all of the things he's done to maintain his position of power. Anything, you name it. Killings, discrediting people, burning up stuff, making laws to hurt people who not black, white, meaning black folks. I'm not talking about these other people, because they all volunteer to come over here. So I ain't talking about no goddamn brown, Asian, none of that. They all volunteer. Nobody's ever gone through what black people were put through, and we still here and still producing. If we're not God's people, I don't know who the fuck is. The other folks been wiped out and done a long time ago if they had to go through what foundational black Americans have gone through in this country. We so messed up that we ain't like each other no more. That's how fucked up we are, but we still keep it pushing. That's a whole nother video. I don't even be talking about dating and stuff, but it's tough. So the sisters were upset that this white man, because he had about 2 black girlfriends and all of that, he dated this Kayla Michelle or whatever her name was. Pretty black woman. She's attractive. But have you ever heard of her podcast or heard her in videos on YouTube? She's a bitch. Not very nice, but gorgeous. She's cute as all get out. And again, for a lot of cases, pretty is not a lot of black women's issue. A lot of them are pretty. A lot of them are fine. But a lot of them are not. We already know about that. But she's a bitch. And then, because she throws a little salt here and there because he broke up with her or she dumped him or whatever. And in about a few months or so, he connected with Taylor Swift. And so the black women are trying to hold his feet to the fire because, well, as one woman put it, well, you dated all these black women and women of color. They love to say women of color. That's stupid shit. And then he got him a white woman. So let me explain to these black women, to any one of you listening to me, that's a female and black, you don't understand what's happening. See, the stuff that y'all been taught to avoid, I don't. It's gotten so bad that white people tell black people about racism. White people are calling black people racist. See, I told you to start reading. There are no genetic or morals. They're in no moral or genetic position to tell us about who's racist or what racism is. They are the benefactors of the system that they're accusing us of being. Did y'all hear what I said? But y'all let them. No, they ain't racist. They got y'all scared to talk about race. I'm so happy that I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. This is this new stuff. And y'all got these little goofy kids out here. That's racist, bro. That's racist. That's racist. They don't even know what the fuck racism is. They just be throwing the word around. That's how white folks got us looking stupid out here. Because they giving you their version of what racist is. And Elijah Muhammad already broke it down. Minister Farrakhan already broke it down. Malcolm X already broke it down. It wasn't broken down because Jasmine Crockett retired. Don't get me started on that fool. Because she said it. And so, it's already, but y'all don't read. We don't read. And that's why a lot of stuff that I say is probably foreign to you because you haven't read the literature. If you're working on a master's degree or a PhD, you have not gone through and siphoned through the literature. You have not read what the scholars taught us and been trying to teach us. So, they married at Travis Kelce. If you understand about sociology, those of you with college degrees and sociology is one of your classes, some of you majored in sociology. Sociology is a study of groups. The mores and folkways of a society, of a group in a society. Every group practices this. Every group. Self-preservation, be it economically, some type of protections, and genetically. Travis Kelce just went back to his natural order Yeah, and I don't know why black women think other races of men just love them like that. It's not you that other races of people love. It's black men, not black women. Sure, they lust you. They want to tap that black booty and then and get their fetishes out. Of course, there's some black chicks that snag them a white man, or Asian, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the thing. And then average black women think they're going to get a high-level white man. That's not how that works. Because most sisters that got them a white man, he's a average at best Brad. But a black man has to be 6 figures and beyond. He has to be 6'2". He has to have penis halfway down his thigh. But then when they go outside there, these sisters get these old regular white guys. And that's because, just because they're white. And that's how that works. I'll debate any chick that's with a white man. Bitch, you know that. And a lot of times, they don't date black men, even though they say, oh, black men do this, do that. But subconsciously, and y'all need to understand, a lot of black women date white men and Asians or whatever because those races of men can give black women something that black men can't give them. That is a mixed baby. I'll debate you on that whenever you want to. See, I've been black all my life, and I've lived around black people all my life. So I know the mind of the black person. I know the mind of the low self-esteem. I know the psychology of our people. And when men and the women. And because I heard black dudes say, man, she light-skinned, she thick. I'm trying to get her pregnant. Man, shit. White girl, man. You know, yeah, black dudes do it, so I know the women do it all the time. They love non-black looking children. They love it, especially if their hair, look mixed and curly, wave or whatever. Oh, they just... they're in hair heaven. So, but not all. Y'all know when I'm speaking in general. There's a lot of wonderful sisters out here who are fit, who are in shape, who are friendly, who are not aggressive, they're not masculine, just sweet women. And those are women I always try to run across. But you know how they say it used to be one bad apple. It's a lot of bad apples hiding the really sweet and crisp and juicy apples. And so I have that faith that she's out there. So, look, for those of you who say I'm just over this dating thing in our race, each his own, but it's not necessary. There's so many of us out here. But you can call them into some other agendas, so you just, you decide to move on. I haven't decided to move on. I know it's a lot of sweet sisters out here. So I don't look at other races of women. I need them. I want that. No, because I just won't. I can be called anything else, but racial fence jumper, no, not me. Am I doomed to be single? Well, I'm not doomed because I like being single. It's fun. It's cool. But I know there's a lot of sweet young women out there, but I just want to tell you too, young women out there who are not fat, you don't have tattoos all over your bodies, and you got decent morals, you're sweet as sugar. Y'all need to come out more and get away from all these frogs. The crowd of frogs. I mean, toad frogs. They be ribbit, ooh girl, ribbit, ribbit. Get away from them, baby. Make yourself known. Make yourself seen. Don't dress like them. Don't act like them, so you can push yourself apart. I'm going to go back to the Travis Kelce thing and black women in a second. Because I'm just trying to give women a hint. Because y'all ask a man, I tell you. If you're a black woman who doesn't have any tattoos, you are in shape. You don't wear lace front wigs and weave and shit all over your face. And you don't have this dumbass, this bull nose and ring in your nose. You have really a sweet personality. You're not perfect, but you're somebody that a man can sit down and just talk to. It ain't got to be the sex. You need to come forward. And then you don't have in your mind the same mindset that these young women got. They might be nice and sweet, but they still want the little quote player or the little thug or the dude already got baby mamas. It's a lot of sweet women, but they're going that way. But if you truly want a decent man, you have to act and present like a decent woman. You have to look like a decent woman. You can't have all this shit on your neck. You can't have this dumbass bull ring in your nose. You can't have piercings in your damn eyebrow and piercings in your cheeks and shit and tattoos around your titties. You can't be 400 pounds. You can't be 5'2" and 160 pounds. You have to look clean and beautiful, but also be clean and beautiful in your head. If you don't know what that is, hit me on the instant message. I'll tell you what that is. Let yourself be seen. When you look like that to the point you have a glow, the real ones will try to get at you. And stop worrying about men lying. Everybody lie, baby. Lying is part of dating. Lying is part of mating. Lie. People lie. But you just have to, as they say, you have to practice your own discernment. Oh, glory, hallelujah. So just stop it. Stop it. There ain't no good men out here. They out here. But they running through all the hoes because the hoes jumped in front of the line. You know, there are a lot of brothers who don't want whores. They really want a sweet lady who's pretty. Not just and if you the BBLs and all that kind of nonsense. If you are one of those ladies, bring yourself out. 21 to 51. Come on out, baby. You know, you ain't got kids all over the place, especially if you're a young woman, 21 to 30 years old, you don't have any kids, you don't have any stretch marks, you really kept yourself up. You need to let people see you. But don't hang out with whores. Don't hang out with these lace front chicks. Don't hang out with these weave Americans. Don't hang out with these piercings and this shit in your nose and this shit right here and this up here. Don't hang out. Be to yourself so men can see you. No, a lot of guys not going to be coming your way because like, damn, she looks really clean. They have the question, I don't know if I want to go over there. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, if you don't know, go ask one of the mothers of the church. But let me go back to women being upset about Travis Kelce going back to his nature. See, every group wants to reproduce themselves. Did y'all know that black women, black people, we're like, we don't want to do that. Like, we don't understand that. Every group does. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know Jennifer Lopez? Jennifer Lopez messed with P. Diddy. She probably messed with other black dudes. But what did she do? She got married to a fellow Latina, had her children by a fellow Latino. She liked white men. She loved white men. But she had her children by a Latino. Did y'all hear what I just said? She married the white men. But she also married a Latino. When she was ready to reproduce, she reproduced herself with her own kind. Guess who else did that? Halle Berry. Halle Berry, y'all keep calling black woman, black woman. Yes, she dated black dudes, she dated biracial dudes, but Halle Berry leaned more to her white side. She made sure that when she reproduced, it was with what? A white man. 2 white men. She got 2 baby daddies. Do y'all understand that, brothers and sisters? Everyone else wants, they understand the reproduction and the regeneration of their genetics through their offspring. We don't understand that. So Travis Kelce understood his value as a multimillionaire white man. Now, not to say that he's so highbrow up here. He doesn't have the IQ of a pack of plain M&Ms. You know that by his brother. His brother looks like he about to change into a full werewolf, and then he's like a hick werewolf, hairy back, big eyebrows, fool. But he understood his value as a high-priced white man. So he went and got what white men traditionally and actually like, or when they decide to stop, playing around in the bushes and knocking down all these different women, really running through black chicks, they know where they want to go. I want to go and get me a real white woman. Taylor Swift is the epitome of what America views as a beautiful white woman. Blonde hair, blue eyes, I don't know if blue eyes or hazel, whatever, porcelain skin, long legs, slender, or y'all may call her skinny, slender. She doesn't have big boobs, but she has manageable boobs. Her booty is, bam. That is what white men like. Now, they'll play with big booty women and all that kind of stuff, but their children, their legacy, listen, their legacy is going to look like them. We are the ones. You got a black dad and a black mama, a black granddad and all this, but your children start looking like Mariah Carey and El DeBarge. Your mom and daddy. Your mama is Whoopi Goldberg. Your daddy's Don Cheadle. And then they have children. They decide to say, well, we don't want to keep our generation going. So they start mixing it up. Next thing you know, their grandbabies look like Mariah Carey and Elle DeBarge. That kind of shit. See, we're the only ones to understand because we stopped reading. We let white folks tell us about racism. We let gays tell about intersectionality and all that kind of nonsense. That's what these colleges teach. The white ones and the black ones. All that kind of nonsense. And so, ladies, y'all leave Travis Kelce alone. That man ain't said nothing disrespectful. And why y'all getting upset after y'all get y'all coochie away, after y'all lust over these white men, then they go get them out of their tribe, a woman from their tribe, to reproduce their tribe, and y'all mad about it? See, you're ignorant. You're ignorant. And shout out to, he went and got the epitome of America's white woman. Taylor Swift is America's white woman. That little chick that did that jeans commercial. Sweeney, whatever her name is. And everybody was upset about, I have good genes and all this. Yeah, she talking about genetics. She's America's white woman. And sisters, y'all gonna get it one day. Start reading again. Put down these feminist books. Fuck Bell Curve, Dr. Brittany Cooper, Deborah, all these sorry, and none of these women are attractive. Y'all start reading what Dr. Frances Welsing is trying to tell you. Read what Dr. Joy Leary. Y'all start reading what Michelle Alexander. She's a mulatto, but she writes good stuff. Attorney Michelle Alexander. She wrote the book The New Jim Crow. Y'all start getting back into real reading, sisters, so we can start actually talking to each other like we did in the 90s. When we were at our HBCUs, and those of you who went to PWIs, you're in your black student unions, and having these cultural conversations, black men and black women, because we were talking about us. But now y'all talking about intersectionality, queer, trans. That's supposed to be educated? No, fool, you talking yourself out of your own self. Travis Kelce is not a dumb white man. He had his fun with the little black girl. She don't know which way to go. A lot of brothers not going to be fooling with her because in her mind, she doesn't want a brother. Let me let y'all know. Give y'all another example of some foolishness. How sisters be fumbling the bag and dropping the ball. Not all, but too many. This show that was #1 for 7 years in black women's kitchens and living rooms. Scandal. I never watched that nonsense. When I saw the premise of it, got this successful black woman who's served as a cleaner for the White House administration. Something Pope, whatever her first name was, Pope. And y'all remember the first season, probably I don't know, it was episode 1 or 2. And she had this handsome black man who was a senator. He loved her, and they were together. He proposed marriage to Olivia Pope. And you can find the video on YouTube. And she turned down his proposal. She said, I want a love. I want a love that's difficult. I want a love that, y'all know how Carrie watched her. I hate her voice. I want a love that's difficult. I want a love that's struggle. And y'all know what she's talking about. I want this white man who already got a wife. I want to be his side hoe. I want to be his belly warmer. I want to be his bed wench. That's what she said. I mean, I added other stuff, but she said, I want a love that's difficult. Something that's difficult. That's what this bitch said. I said, okay, there it is right there. And she served, now this empowered black woman, Shonda Rhimes put together, empowered, but really that woman was a fantasy of Shonda Rhimes when who was a fat lady who fantasized about white men. Shonda Rhimes, oh yeah. She want a white man so bad she can taste it. She was a fat black chick that fantasized about white men and interracial relationships. If y'all notice, all her shows got mulattoes or some kind of interracial stuff going on because that's her fantasy. She wants a white man so bad. And she's even lost 200 pounds. I think a white man probably got her by now. Shonda Rhimes, just look at her stuff. Pay attention to her stuff. That's why I never watched Brigadier. I don't watch none of the bullshit. Because again, I know better what to let in my brain, but a lot of you, you're unsuspecting sheep. You don't know any better. And so, ladies, y'all leave Travis Kelce alone. He went back home, ladies. He went out just like Prince William. Was it Prince Harry? The one that married that mulatto that y'all was going crazy about, Meghan Markle. Was that Prince Harry? The one who had wore a Nazi Hitler mustache as a Halloween costume, that little bastard. And y'all fell in love with him because he married a mulatto. Then y'all black chicks was saying, oh, it's going to be some black children walking in Buckingham Palace. That mulatto girl who never claimed black, she made sure she got the whitest man on earth, and her children are like clear light bulbs. See, she erased whatever DNA of blackness in there. They are purebred Caucasian babies, just like Candace Owens' babies, purebred. Tamron Hall's little 100 white bub baby. Y'all don't understand. The attack is on melanin. They used to attack us directly. Now they've messed us up so much that we're volunteering to attack melanin and voluntarily to wipe out melanin. But you can't. As long as Africa is full and fruitful with all the melanated people and they're coming over, and Haiti and all that, you know, I mean, well, you know what I'm saying. Black folks ain't going nowhere. Black people look like me, Don Cheadle, Whoopi Goldberg. We're not going anywhere. Whoopi Goldberg trying to get the melanin out of her. She made sure her children have none of her DNA. Made sure they have none of her melanated skin. Because I think her baby about, and I think her daughter, it kind of stopped at, let me see, her daughter had a mixed kid, but I think her daughter's daughter, her granddaughter, I think got pregnant by a black man. So he's trying to, you know, regenerate the genetics. But, you know, I know. So y'all ladies, y'all leave Travis Kelce alone. Janet Jackson did it. Hell, half of the Jackson family did. I think Tito kids, they don't look. Ugh. The 3 T's and who else had all these mixed non-black kids? You know Michael Jackson did the fool. So yeah, black folks are actively trying to erase the look like this, the beautiful, look like God. They're trying to get rid because, you know, we say the Willie Lynch letter is a fake, but when you read it, you can't help but be convicted. Because what it says in that Willie Lynch letter, it's the truth. If you like a copy of that, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo me, just Venmo me $5. Please send me your email address. I'll send you a copy of my Willie Lynch letter, and I'll send you a copy of my black book list. $5, Cash App, PayPal or Venmo, $5. Please send an email address so I can send it directly to you. We're going to get it one day. Because all this nonsense, arguing over stuff, we don't have the information to support what we're talking about, or have the intellectual foundation. That those of us who still read the books that our scholars and watch the YouTube videos, because Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben Yakahana, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, and others, Michael Porter, Kill Them Before They Grow, Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, rest in peace, Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys, they're still there. For us to become educated and stop acting like chickens with their heads cut off in this society. We're shocked by everything. Okay, it's really an eye-opener and a cleanser when you start reading about who you are and who the predecessors were that tried to teach us before they either, died of old age, died broke, or assassinated, or run out of town, or ran over to Cuba. Shout out to Asada Shakur. I mean, man, Rico did paintings. Thank you so much, y'all. I got clients to see in the morning and stuff to do. The labor starts back tomorrow. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.